This is Henle Latin Year 1, first year Latin, page 261, reading number 16. How a hostile king honored the heroic patriotism of Mucius Scaevola. Porcena regnum Etruscorum obtenebat. Porcena was holding, most of these verbs are going to be in the imperfect. I'm going to translate them with the perfect ending. So Porcena held the kingdom of the Etruscans, just because with this story it makes more sense to translate them this way, but it has the sense that he held this kingdom for a long time. But in English it sounds better to use the perfect here. So Porcena held the kingdom of the Etruscans. He was a man brave and desirous of empire and of glory. Remember, we have a couple different ways to say and. Atque emphasizes the second one, so he's very desirous of glory. Itaque cum Romanis de imperio Italiae contendit, et Romam manius copiis opiniabat. There's the other and. Et itaque, therefore, with the Romans, he strove for the empire of Italy. You could say for the control of Italy. And he was fighting the Romans. There's an ablative of means, plural ablative with no preposition. So he was fighting by means of many troops. Romani autem copiam frumenti non habebant et regimenter terrebantur. Now, the Romans did not have a supply of grain. And here's a passive. They were terrified greatly. Erat autem in numero Romanorum vir fortis, Mucius Scaevola. Now there was, in the number of the Romans, so among the Romans, a man brave, a brave man, Mucius Scaevola. It's not really a good way to say Mucius. Ab eo virtus Romanorum confirmabatur. Here's another passive. Here's our subject. The courage of the Romans was confirmed or was strengthened. That's the passive. It's not the courage was strengthening, it's the courage was strengthened. Ab eo. Ablative of agent, by him. Eis enim in castra Etruscorum inquit, contendam et Porcenam regem occidam, ita Romam servavo. So here we have a direct quote. This is he said, inquit. This always comes in the middle of the quote. So here it says, for to them, plural dative, he said, into the camp of the Etruscans, contendam. Remember our future endings for the third and fourth conjugation have a special set. Es et, emus etis et. Es et, emus etis ent. These are future tense endings for third and fourth conjugation verbs only. That includes 3.5, the third conjugation I stem. For the first and second conjugation verbs, we use our normal bo bis bit, bimus bitis bunt. Future. So these are the normal future tense endings. These are the special set of future tense endings for third and fourth conjugation verbs only. So here we have contendam, I will hasten. So into the camp of the Etruscans I will hasten, and I will kill King Porcena. That's the direct object, so Porcenam has the M. So here's the bow from the normal future tense endings. I will save Rome. Itaque in eorum castrum tutus pervenet. Therefore, literally means and so. Because que is our third way to say and. When it's tacked on the end of a word, it means and. Ita means so. And so, he arrived, there's the perfect tense, safe. This is in the nominative because it's agreeing with our subject, he, in the camp of them. However, he had never seen the king, and so by mistake, he killed one of the court officials instead of Porsenna. Itaque Etrusci eam a regum duxerant. Therefore, the Etruscans led him to the king. Duxerant comes from duco, ducere, duxi, ductus. The third principal part, duxi. We have our perfect tense endings. E isti it, imus istis erant. I'm sorry, somebody's leaf blowing outside. Porsenna autem periculo vehementer motus est. Porsenna. Now Porsenna, here's a passive perfect. To form the passive perfect, well, anything in the perfect system in the passive, so that's perfect, pluperfect, and future perfect, we use the fourth principal part plus a helping verb. So motus is the fourth principal part of moveo, I move, plus sumus est sunt. This is he was moved. Now, Porsenna was moved greatly by means of danger. Ablative of means. Therefore, here's Mucius in the dative. To Mucius, he said, and here is venio, venire, ventus. I come in the perfect. Our perfect endings are e, isti, it, imus istis erant. This is you came to me, utne purpose clause, in order that you might kill me. This is the imperfect subjunctive. We have a secondary tense here. It's either imperfect, perfect, or pluperfect, a past tense. And so we have to use the imperfect subjunctive. So you came to me in order that you might kill me. You sought, that's that isti ending again. You sought my life. This, here is ago, agere, egi, actus. You did not do without help, neither without counsel. If, and here's monueris. Monueris is the third principal part of moneo, monere, monui, monitus. I warn. This is the third principal part with ero, eris, erit, erimus, eritus, erunt. This is actually the future perfect, not the least used tense. So it's going to be, it's the second person singular. It'll be, you will have warned. So if you will have warned me concerning vestris consiliis is y'all's counsel. Servabo, I will save vitam tuum, your life, et te dimittam. Again, that's the future tense ending. Dimittam, I will send you away. Mittam is I will send. Dimittam is I will send away. So he's saying, if you'll warn me, tell me more about your plans, I'll save your life and send you away. He's kind of asking Mucius to betray the Romans. Mucius autem regi, omnes Romani inquit ad mortem parati sunt. Mucius, however, to the king said, that's the dative, all Romans to death, parati sunt, are prepared. Parati comes from the fourth principal part of paro, parare, paravi, paratus. Paratus can be fully declined. Paratus, and used as an adjective. Parata, paratum. So here we're using the masculine and putting it in the nominative plural. Parati, us I o, I orum is os is. And this is called a participle. When we use the verb, it's called a verbal adjective because it comes from a verb and it's being used as an adjective. So I just call it the adjective form of the verb, but the proper name is participle. It's saying we are prepared. Okay, so we do this in English too. Take the verb I prepare, use it as an adjective. I am prepared. It's very similar to a passive. So he's saying that all Romans to death are prepared. Here's a passive. We are not moved by means of death. Multi mittentur in castra ad te qui te occidant. Many are sent into the camp to you who, here's occidere in the subjunctive, occidant you, who might kill you. Mittentur is passive, it's in the present tense. That's a primary tense. Present, future, and future perfect are primary tenses. They take the present subjunctive. Non vitam sed civitatem nostram servavimus. We will serve not life, but our state or civilization. Ego enim neque ate terreor, neque metu mortis terrebor. For I, neither by you, am terrified. This is terreo, passive. The first person singular just adds an R to make it passive. So I am neither terrified by you, nor by means of fear, ablative of means, of death, I am terrified. Erat autem ibi ante regem ignis. There was now fire. I've got that down here. And you know from the word ignite that this means fire. So there was a fire there in front of the king. Tum Mucius, then Mucius, ut rex, in order the king virtutem Romanam cognosceret. So ut purpose clause, in order, and then kings are subject of this subordinate clause. In order that the king might know the courage, the Roman courage. Again, this was a secondary tense. Right here. Posuit, secondary tense, takes the imperfect subjunctive. Manum dexteram in igne statum posuit, neque dolore superatus est. So posuit, he placed his right hand, dexteram manum, in igne, into the fire, immediately. Neither was he overcome, in the passive, by means of pain. He placed his hand in the fire. He was not overcome by means of pain. So this sentence, this is the main clause right here. Posuit and superatus est are the main verbs. Our subordinate clause is like in the middle of this sentence rather than at the end. The ut with the subjunctive is in the middle of that sentence. Porsena autem virtute muci vehementer motus est. Now Porsena was moved greatly by means of the virtue of Mucius. Itaque eas et vitam conservavit et virtutem laudavit. Therefore, he both saved, et is both and. Therefore, he both saved the life of him and praised his courage. Eam etiam in castra Romanorum dimissit. He sent also, and now, he sent him into the camp of the Romans. He dismissed him. Post id rex legatus ad imperatorem Romanum misit, qui pacem peterent. After this, post id, the king sent messengers or envoys to the Roman emperor who might seek peace. So Latin is going to use the relative clause with a pronoun whenever possible. Eta civitas Romana virtute muci servata es. And so the Roman state was saved by means of the virtue of Mucius. The end.